Hi guys, Paul here from PABrewNews. Got a beer here from the New Trail Brewing Company. They're from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. This is one of their anniversary beers from 2019. I did not know what anniversary, they only mentioned it was their anniversary beer, so there you go. But this is Sunrise, Bourbon Barrel Aged Sunrise. So, Barrel Aged Sunrise Baltic Porter, love Baltic Porters. And I did like Sunrise when I had it. Brewed with chocolate and vanilla. It was a bit thin when I had it, I'll give you that. And the barrel aging process will make it a bit thinner. So, but compared to some of the Moonlit beers that I've just had, I wasn't a big fan of most of them. I will say this: if this is bigger than a low side of a medium mouthful, if it's a medium mouthfeel with a medium side of a medium with a little oiliness, I'll be happy. And if this has a little bit of a soft carbonation to it to give it that liveliness, so it's not dead like some of those other ones that from Moonlit, I will be a pig in the proverbial shit. So there you go. Let's check it out. Listening to some Inferno soundtrack. Turned down, a little bit low. Crack it open. Little can of smoke, not too much. Throw that in there. Got the New Trail Brewing Company glass. Not a huge fan of this. I didn't even realize after I bought it that it didn't really have like the real New Trail logo on it and stuff. So I was a little sad about that. Look at that! We have carbonation. I'm a happy man, happy guy. Sexy bottle. Love the white wax on this one. Let's see. Coffee and vanilla, I do believe it said was added. I'll just double check that again. Coffee and vanilla. Yep. Beautiful again. Lovely white wax. They're Moonlit. The vanilla variant. I hated that beer, not gonna lie. 5 out of 10. But it looks so sexy with that label and that white wax. Oh my goodness. It did look really, really, really good. I'm so happy there's carbonation. You have no idea. What did I just say there? Alcohol legs wafting around, sticking to that side of the glass very nicely. A little bit of lacing wants to stick. A little beer on my arm for no reason. There you go. Up to the light. Pretty dark, actually. Pretty hints of muted brown around the ring. A little slight ring of a brownish tint, caramel tint at the pinnacle of the glass, but pretty much dark. Pretty much dark. Don't know the ABV off the top of my head. I don't research stuff before I do it. But I'm assuming it's like 9.5 area. That area. A lot of alcohol legs sticking, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was 9.5. Definitely above 8%. Waft it around, just gotta move those things around, see if we can get an aroma on this one. Cheers. Oh, and the bourbon is great. Oh, ha! Ah. It's got carbonation. I don't know what the body is right now, but right now you have a beautiful peppery caramel bourbon wafting around. You have coffee, you have vanilla, you have chocolate and caramel wafting around. A little walnut, a husk oakiness, tannic notes kind of coming through. Very reminiscent to the single barrel Moonlit that I had recently. I just posted it very recently on the channel. That one was my favorite of all of them. It has that reminiscent smell. Nice little smokiness, like not little sharp tannic note, little sharp. Something that reminded me there for just a second. Almost a sharp cherry that came through, just real quick, really vibrant. But I was noticing a lot of sharp oak tannins. You know, you have a lot of that kind of hint of a coffee. You have the ethanol alcohol coming through. But yeah, there was something that reminded me of a sharp cherry, just kissed the palate. Enough talking, enough blabbing, dabbling. Let's get into it. Cheers. There is a soft carbonation. It's, even though it had a lot of head, I mean, I've been beating it around the glass, but it does have a soft carbonation to it, a little liveliness, which is nice. Move the flavors around the palate just a bit. You can see my breath. It's a cold day. A lot of ice out there. Not as bombastic as the nose. Nuances of the peppery bourbon. Nuances. It's not hitting you like I was hoping that the aroma would hit you. I mean, it was blasting in the face. But unfortunately, it's very subtle, very nuancy. Baker's chocolate hitting the palate now. A little bit of a nuttiness, oak tannic quality hitting the palate with that Baker's chocolate. I want to say it's pushing the low side of a medium body. There is a nice oiliness though. There's a beautiful nuttiness to this one too. Nuttiness, walnut husk, Baker's chocolate. Not a lot of dark fruit, and that's the key failure with this. It's a Baltic porter. There should be tons of raisins, dates, those kind of qualities coming through. Plus, that bourbon should bring a little bit of a dark fruit to it with it and of itself, a little bit more of a brown sugar raisin, that kind of thing. And I'm not getting this. It's very simplistic. It's very dry. It even tastes like a very, 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 very nice porter. I mean, it does taste like a very nice porter with a little bit of a barrel character. Don't get me wrong. It's too thin, but hey, it is what it is. It's a bit thin. There is a little bit of liveliness. I'm so thankful. There should be more. I'm not going to lie. There should be more body. There should be more liveliness. But at least there's something. At least there's something. I'm happy that there's something. Top it up a little bit more. See what happens. Put a little bit more in there. There was a zingy something that came out of there. Wow. Zingy something. I don't know what that was. But yeah. There's beautiful caramel tones. Beautiful caramel toffee tones. I love the fact that there's so much nutty qualities, like almost like a walnut husk or even a little bit of an almond in there. I'm not getting full-blown coffee. I'm really not pulling big nuttiness, yes, but not coffee. There's not a lot of coffiness. There's not a lot of tannic. There should be tons of tannic notes, coffee tannins, hitting the sides of the palate, helping it dry out, doing things to it with all that vanilla sweetness, chocolate bombarding it, being cohesive, wrapping around, one attacking the other, but balancing each other out at the same time. I'm not getting a lot of that. It's a nice little oiliness. There's a little subtle kind of like roasty, toasty tone, but very subtle. It's kind of bland. It has a little bit of nice caramel, a little bit of nice nuttiness. You get a little bit of nice Baker's chocolate as well. But it's not a dynamic beer. It's not a mind blower. It's not bombastic. It's not something that should have ever been put in a bottle, if you know what I'm saying. They're making a big. It's like when a kid moves from the second grade to the third, and yet they have a graduation ceremony. If you know what I mean. It's not. You're celebrating something that shouldn't have been celebrated. It's just a normal thing. This is a very normal beer. And it's put in a bottle in a very extraordinary way. It looks beautiful. I mean, those kind of things. It's just not barrel age worthy. It's not celebratory. It's not big enough. If you want to say, let me read what it says, and see what we can get out of it. Barrel Aged Sunrise is our Baltic porter conditioned in locally brewed coffee from our pals at Alabaster and inspired by our friends at Sprinkled Sweet Bakery. Expect rich coffee and decadent bourbon aromatics and body. The aromatics were perfect. I will give you that. Great aromatics. Absolutely. The aroma on this one was fantastic. The taste, however, is lackluster at best. Now, see, the thing is, if you give a non-beer drinker this or a non-craft beer drinker this, I'm sure he's going to be like, wow, that's too much or this or that or blah, blah, blah. I've had Lorelei, you know what I mean, from Omnipolos and stuff like that. You have to, if you make a beer in this day and age, and say it's a dessert, Imperial Stout or a dessert Baltic Porter, you have heavy hitters you're trying to stand up against, and they might not see that. You might not, realize that. You might not, come to terms. You don't want to come to terms with that. Be like, no, we stand alone. We're not here to be compared to. You're gonna be compared to. I don't know if you accept that or not. You're going to be compared to people who do these beers epically. And you're going to be compared to that. And it's anyone who puts, I don't know why, I'm doing the whole Joe thing, have a little table here and you set it on the thing. I don't know why Joe. But it's one of those things that By the way, Joe, proper glassware, so that's what, I'm trying my best. It's going to taste the best it's going to taste because it's in proper glassware. That's why Joe does this. I don't know if, I'm sure they think about it. I'm sure they realize this, that you guys are going to get compared, because people do get butthurt about reviews. People do still get butthurt when maybe they shouldn't be putting their stuff into a public forum that people can taste it. But people do still get butthurt about reviews now and again, and I understand. I've done lots of things my whole life where people have reviewed it and they said it sucked, but you know what? Fuck them. I didn't do it for you. You know what I mean? Like this, but I'm not gonna get like butthurt. I'm not gonna attack them for my thoughts. But at the same time, I hear what they have to say and put it in constructive criticism, and I try to do better the next time. You know what I mean? Like I try to, depending, as long as it's something that's in line with what I'm trying to do. Oh, that makes sense. I'll try that. Oh, that makes sense. I'll try that. That kind of thing. I don't know what's going on with this beer, but it's too thin. For one, the barrel character did not. You need to get fresher barrels. I mean, I don't know what you guys. I mean, you're talking about fresh, like when the Moonlit series, the fresh barrel thing and stuff. Tell you what, that single barrel was beautiful. It translated from taste to aroma to taste perfectly. But the other ones, they just taste like old, worn out things that you have. They're not fresh barrels. If you're gonna do a barrel aging, take the money, take the time, throw it in fresh fucking barrels, like just emptied, disgustingly fresh barrels. And I don't know. I don't want to sound like a dick. I'm just saying that the barrel character was in the nose, but not in the taste. And you want that in the taste. I want a huge barrel character in the taste. I want lots of tannic char, lots of vanilla, lots of walnut husk, and lots of caramel, peppery bourbon, like running around my palate. That's what I want. And a huge body with a big beer behind it. That's what needs to happen. So I'm not shitting on the brewery. I like the brewery. Most of the time what they do is very, very, very good. I like the base beer of this, but it was an okay base beer. It wasn't a 9.5, oh my god, what the fuck happened to my palate base beer that would you would expect to be put in a barrel. It was an okay beer. These barrel aged beers need to be brewed specifically to be put in a barrel. I wonder why I'm on my side. That's not going to be good. I think I might have just wasted this whole review. But anyway, these big-ass beers need to be purposely made and designed to be put into a barrel. If you're not doing that, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your consumer's time, and pretty much are. So anyway, I will say that this is a good beer. I'm going to take another sip. It's a fine beer. Nothing. I mean, there's lots of stuff I wish it was better, but it's still approachable. It still has a lot of nice little nuanced qualities to it. It's definitely drinkable. It's just a porter, not an imperial stout, so of course there's those accolades that you don't have to try to hit with this one. But it's at the same time, I wish there was a bit more fruit to it, more body, more oiliness, and the barrel was coming out more. But at the same time, I'm not going to hit it too much. It's still a solid beer as far as I'm concerned for a solid porter, Baltic porter in a bourbon barrel. I'm happy I've had it. I look forward to new releases from New Trail Brewing Company. I wish New Trail Brewing Company all the best. I'm going to give it a 7.5. I think it's solid. And this has been Paul from PABrewNews. Cheers.